Well, with me is Heather and Reg, who also lost family. It was yours, wasn't it, Heather?
Yeah, my mother, my father and my younger sister, who was 13 at the time. June. They came every year on holiday, but I always come with them, and then we got married, Reg and I, on the January, so it was the first year we hadn't come, and they didn't come home. We had it was on the 10 o'clock news one evening that there was a big fire in the Isle of Man, and they were in a guest house staying local. We phoned the people who they were staying with, and she just screamed down the phone, "Where are you, June?" thinking that I was my younger sister, and I knew at that moment they weren't coming home. I knew it happened, and we've lived with it for 40 years.
Had you been back since? I mean, is this your first trip back?
No, I couldn't come back. One, I've got very, very good memories of the Isle of Man, but I couldn't accept what had happened, and just knew that I couldn't come back here until today.
It was a very difficult decision to take, to come back, and as a family we thought our daughters deserved to see where their mum and dad came on holiday, their grandparents came on holiday I should say, and we thought it was good for them to come to terms with it as well, you know. So it wasn't an easy decision to take, but I'm glad we came.
I'm glad we came. I'm glad we're here, and I'm glad now that the Isle of Man have done this memorial.
Albeit a bit late.
I mean, at 25 years they put up a small little plaque.
Yeah.
Now, 40 years on, to name everybody. Do you think this is a turning point, a bit of closure, really?
I think it is for me. It's a start of a turning point. Looking at coming today and seeing the site still a derelict site, I feel that something needs to be done with that. That needs to be made into a children's centre or a medical centre or something.
It's not a good legacy, is it?
No, not after 40 years. The site to be left is exactly as it was 40 years ago is not good. It needs to be put to good use and something happen. And that's just how I feel personally.
I mean, there's not a lot of information ever released about this thing. Did you find out the details, for instance, of the death?
By accident.
Well, not entirely by accident. My daughter, she did some research into it and got in touch with Dr. Phillips, who was one of the main researchers who provided all the names for this memorial. And he emailed her to tell her that there was a service here. He emailed me, but my email address was out of date. He didn't know a new one. So we only found out because my daughter found out. She told us, and then that's when we had the family discussion to come or not. It was a difficult decision to decide to come, because we didn't know whether Heather would be able to deal with it. But
I didn't know whether I could deal with it. Well, after 40 years, I'd lost most of my family, and it was just a very, very hard decision. I'm glad I came, and I'm glad that my two daughters are here today in Reg.
Yeah.
But it is hard.
Do you think you'll ever come back again now?
I don't think I will, but if I do decide in the future, I haven't got the fears in me now that I did have up to today.
It won't be so difficult or painful, will it?
No. I know now it's nice to be able to come and see the things again.